You know what it is. This your boy Life of D Green, my boy Parlay Hunter. This is Bro Talk. Welcome back. You know we're gonna give it to y'all every Wednesdays, man. You know it's a different time, a little bit late afternoon. I'm at the gig getting it in still, but Hillemar's, in his humble abode office over there. How's it going today, man?
Hey man, I can't complain. You know what I mean? It's been a tough day at the market, but hey, you know what? We trucking through it and we just stay on the grind.
I feel it, man. It's been a good day, good week. Trying to put some good weeks in a gym together. I'm getting back there.
Hey,
Kind of close to 200, but we ain't gonna talk much about that. But yeah, man, let's just get right into it. We're gonna let you go first. Mental check in with the crowd. See where your head's at. Last week we had a great one. We talked about a lot of things. See if we either piggybacking on that or if you got
Mhm.
any new things going on mentally with you this week. How you feeling?
Yeah, well, we've both been talking. You know, we stay in touch every couple of days. We're talking, and we're gonna talk about the mass shooting in Buffalo, the terrorist attack that happened at the grocery store, and we're gonna talk about that today. But I think that has affected my mental health this week. Earlier this week, of course, when something like that happens, it makes you really think and ponder about life and the evils around the world that exist, and how we can fight for each other and love each other and try to stop this shit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where my mental health is going. I could go more into description on it, but real quick, I just want to ask you, like, where's your mental health, and then we can bring it back to me. But I just want to real quick get your.
Well, yeah, like you do all the time. You never give us that 1 out of 10. But for me, right now, I'm sitting. Last week I was a 7. This week I'm an 8. I'm better, man. I feel even more, um, just good inside, man. Just because I'm starting my word, and I think I might have mentioned it last week, but a word for me, just mentally and spiritually is being intentional, and just for the practical people out here, people that aren't really tapped in spiritually, but our common people, practically being intentional is just using wisdom and applying wisdom to your everyday life, whether that's being disciplined to go to the gym, being disciplined on your diet, being disciplined on your lifestyle habits, and going out, and just managing what you're doing to just be a better person. Because the age we are at right now, parlay, is a age that where it's a make or break, and the room for error is very thin, but you don't need to apply that pressure on you to feel like you need to have these universal achievements and checkpoints, whether that's being married, having kids, having a great job with money. More so, I think that what you need to always apply mentally is using the wisdom you learned from your younger 20s, even your high school years, and applying that. Like, there should be no more habitual or what's my other word, insanity going on with your everyday life. You should be able to be making leaps in your everyday gain. And what we see in this world today with this Buffalo shooting and racism still going on and senseless violence still going on obviously pertains to where people's mental health is, and people would rather go out in a way of despair than fix themselves. I'm not taking this young man's side at all, and I'm not going to, because I am big on not making this a black and white thing, even though this is a racist act. Please hear me and hear me right. Like, I am all about my people, and this was some bullshit, and it was another shooting that is caused by a white man that's armed, and we know what happens with unarmed black men. But my thing to this kid is, yeah, I'm not giving him no like nothing, because if it was a black man, he would have been killed. But black, white, everybody going on right now, mental health and what we spoke on last week and what we're talking about now is at an all-time high. And obviously things pushed him to a limit to make him do that. And it was an impossible act, and he's only what, he was only what,
He was
19?
He was 18. Yeah, he was 18. I just want to say that I don't think, I mean, I think that he should be trialed as an adult. I think he will be because
Oh,
he's
for sure.
18. By the way, I think that I just want to say it's good to hear that you're You said you're a 9 this week, and you're an
To the
8.
eight, to the eight, to the eight, Kobe.
You're an 8 this week. Yeah, I feel like last week I think I said I was at a 9. I probably feel more like a 7 this week, just because of I think that my mental is a little bit more at a place where I've been thinking about how short life is,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then with everything that happened in Buffalo, even though you see some of these victims, and people that I mean, they've been working their whole lives to stop racism and speak up, and speak up about equality, and then this happens. It's like it's very it's very interesting that this is how it would go down, and this racist, white terrorists would go in and kill these 10 victims. It's like, it makes you go like, wow, like, for me personally, I mean, I go like, there's so much fighting to do now. I mean, there's still so much fighting to go. I mean, we've been marching. I mean, there's been people have been going in the streets, going crazy, and fighting and trying to speak up, and there's cops that are shutting them down. It's like, at what point can we just like live in a world? I mean, because this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like this is it. This is the world that we should be living in. It's like, how much longer are we gonna still be fighting this, and keep waking up, and, oh, there's another mass shooting. It was a white person. It was acted on racism. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's yeah, it's pretty shocking. And I mean, I don't know, it just kind of makes you go, for me, like, dang, like, you just don't know when it's gonna end.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a thing that will never end because and it's sad to say that racism will never end because it's too strong of a force. That, I mean, I won't say that. Let me not speak that energy in. I hope and I pray to believe that it won't. I hope and pray to believe that it will end, but it's very hard for me to believe that because of there's so much uh, generational spirit behind it, man. Where too many white parents have brought their kids up to believe that it's cool to be that way or think that way,
Mhm.
and it's going on and on and on, and it's everywhere. It's not just like it's one part of the, I don't even think it's, you feel me, it's not even, it's international. It's not even, it's not even nationwide, like it's international. So my
The
thing, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I have two questions. Well, I have a comment and a question. I did also read that his beliefs were some ancient, like, French conspiracy beliefs. It started over in France, about how like, black people are slowly um, like, making white people go extinct, and that was like his beliefs or something. You know what I mean? He was just some freak. And my question to you is, do you think that, because obviously he was taught these things, how do you, I mean, do you think that there should be these repercussions, on his family and people that were personally close to him?
I definitely do. I think we got to look into all of the facts of things. Now, I don't say unless we kind of find facts through text messages, emails, or whatever, that they did have some doing to do with this, but I wouldn't charge them necessarily. That's, you know, spreading false rumors and spreading false blood on somebody that didn't shed no blood, even though it is their sons. But you definitely go to the parents and be like, what's the upbringing? What was the vibe like in the crib, and why so aggressive? Because like I say, bro, and I say this all the time about people, whether regardless whatever is going on in life, um, everything starts from when you're a baby. And from a baby to an adolescent is toddler, to elementary years, to middle school, to high school, to college. Now, once you get to about, I wouldn't even say high school, but once you get to college, really, that's where you start to develop who you are yourself and what you are and whatever. and beliefs that you have, sort of say. Now, yes, people have gone into their 30s and 40s and created new beliefs or changed their beliefs about whatever it is. But my thing is, things are not just created out of nowhere. It starts from a root cause. And so my thing is, like I said, this kid was probably brought up in maybe an abandoned house, maybe not physically, maybe mentally and all of that nature. Maybe, he grew up where his parents, just like I said, grew up to think that black people are bad and don't be around them and said the N word and whatever. We don't know what's going on in the household, but the root cause is it started from young, and it feeds it. If you feed negative energy, eventually there's gonna be some action that comes off that. That's
Yeah.
just that's just like you feeding good energy. There's gonna be some good action or good deeds that come from that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that well, whatever's we've been doing for years and years and years is not enough. You know what I mean? The justice system, it's not enough. I do think that there should be repercussions for the family and for anyone that knew him personally. I mean, it's I mean, there needs to be like awareness. You know what I mean? That this is the tree the that he falls from, and these are people that are evil people. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you're racist, I mean, you should just like it should be illegal. I mean, you should. I mean, when you show that type of racism, I mean, there's something psychologically wrong with you, and you're an endangerment to to people of color, and it's just not, what I mean, it's not fair, it's not right. And I mean, it does, it makes you feel sick. Like, I mean, I just can't imagine, because we've had conversations where you felt, when things were really highly escalated in your hometown, you felt like you couldn't even go outside because you have to watch your back. You know what I mean? It's
For
just like,
sure. But my thing is, what do we do? Are we going to go back to 1960s and build segregation and separate schools? And you feel me? Like, I mean, I'm saying that's a major thing that people probably think, because at the end of the day, if we can't get along together, you got to separate. But I'm not saying that's going to work, and I'm not for that. There's too many
oh,
people in America now, and it's that's obviously not the smart thing. With there's that's not the freedom of what this country says they're built on, of liberation and everything.
I want to separate, like, what I mean is separating the racists. I mean, I want to weed out the racists, find the racists, and lock them up. Because I mean that shit. I mean, it's like, what is wrong with you psychologically?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, yeah. I just think we need to do more of an act on psychological and mental health, which we are talking about. And the ways we do that is definitely just building more programs to feed that, to start. And for two, our government has to provide better stability care, financially, health, and just and opportunities for people to feel wanted in every state, not just one or the other. I mean, when I think about other countries like Canada, neighboring countries like Canada, and then you talk about places in Europe and Asia, like how advanced people are, bro. It's weird. I mean, I don't want dictatorship. I didn't want what Trump was bringing. I didn't want a lot of certain things, but it's crazy that if you believe and you look at these other countries, bro, how advanced people really are. Like you go to Japan, you would feel like we are behind 100 years to like what their economy and what their way of life is like. Now, everything about it isn't good. I'm not gonna say that. There's a lot of sex trade going on there, sex slave trades going on there. It's a lot of still slavery period going on there, and other things that we don't know. So I'm not agreeing with everything, but we got to start to take bits and pieces of the good things that these other countries are doing.
Yeah.
Everything's a copycat league, bro. Everything in life, whether it's sports or whatever, it's a copycat league. And I don't, yeah, our government just ain't doing their job, bro. And it ain't just Biden and his administration. It's built on it now, bro. We yeah, it's all fucked up, bro.
It is. And like you go like, I mean, America is so funny because they always like talk about America being number one, and America's never been number one in anything ever. It's just like some weird type of, BS that they've tried to, lay on, American citizens forever. And America's never been number one at anything. I mean, so it's like it's all BS. And in the way that our system works with Biden, I mean, we constantly, have these presidents who are the opposite of, the last president, just because, people get fed up. And it's always a really older person who's not like
Hmm.
really forward thinking. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, why do we even have one leader of a country? There should be a group of people who make decisions for a huge group of people. And it should
Well, I
be,
mean, the power is kind of. It's not like Biden has all the power. The president never has all the power.
no, but he's the leader of the free world. And you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like,
yeah.
I don't want that one person to be representing us as a country. And I mean, we need to have, I think that we should have a group of people, and it should be, full of mixed races to represent the different races of people and culture in that live in our country. And, it should make decisions that are for all types of people. And you know what I mean? But it is very messed up, though, the things that we're still dealing with. And
But you got to remember the root cause. Like I told you last week. I mean, the system was built on slave owners that were the democracy and the government of America, in which we know it to be. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, list going on and on and on. Yeah, Abe Lincoln freed the slaves, but let's go into his history and check, his upbringing and everything. Bro, I can go on and on. This could be a social studies, U.S. history class, but it's a bunch of bullshit. It's it's just BS, and the only way it's gonna get better is what you're talking about. But it was never built. You got to remember, it was never built. So the thing, as being, you know, a black man for myself, and then me just being a man of God, I just gotta people mental health. They gotta understand spiritually and practically. You gotta be able to endure your life, you know, the hardships, the bad things that come, the good, celebrate the good things tremendously. Just like when somebody's scoring the end zone or somebody Ja Morant get a crazy dunk, celebrate it extremely, the good things. But when the bad things happen, don't soak or get depressed in it. Even in this that we're dealing with, I'm not sharing empathy. I have empathy for those people in Buffalo, but we gotta endure it, just like we had to with George Floyd, just like we had to in Missouri, just like we had to with the cases in New York. We have to endure all those cases for us to say that we have perseverance as a human race to be better for the next generation. Because if we don't show that, then there's no hope for them to have a better life. So I know I'm speaking on some MLK stuff, but
no, man.
that's what it is, bro. Endurance. And that's what it is. Because the system ain't built for no black man. The system ain't built, for a white man like because it's just, you're somebody that wasn't brought up on believing and hating black folks or black and brown or Asian or, whatever. And it's
Mm.
crazy that my thing, that's why I said when I told you today, let's talk about Buffalo, because I'm like, you're in New York. Fuck what Johnny Depp got going on in his case, and which we'll get to that eventually. But my whole point is like, you're in New York. It happened in Buffalo, but think of New York. Think of all the different races you guys have in New York City,
Yeah.
from Yonkers to BX to Brooklyn to Harlem, Manhattan, and wherever else,
Mm.
like Staten Island. Go over to Jersey. Come on, think about it, bro. Like, for this to happen in a city like that, in a state like that,
Mm.
that that area, bruh. I mean, I know New York is gonna stand strong because that's just what you guys do. I always admire New York for that. The people of New York, yes, there's a lot of races going on in New York, but New York is strong because of how many different cultures is there and y'all come together. We don't have that in Minnesota. I'm gonna speak real here. This state is predominantly 90-95% white, Norwegians and Scandinavians, and I got love for people, the real ones. The real ones is down. That's down with me and down with, black and brown people. Now the ones that act fake and and the ones that just blatantly But this state is made of 90%. See, now you're in a place where your voices can't be heard because the numbers are increasing. So that goes along with enduring in the race as well. So my whole thing is this will get fixed in New York quicker than George Floyd did. Mm. I think that you guys will get quicker because you have more numbers and more voices and you stand stronger. We're outnumbered here. There still hasn't been exponential change since George Floyd dying, and it's crazy to me. There should be a museum for him. There should be even a documentary or a movie being made right now, which it might be. But there should be more to the cause. But the local government and the people in Minnesota don't want that, bro. Because this is Minnesota nice. This is a white state that loves their state to be clean. Yeah, we'll let you live here. We'll let you. Da, 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 da. They're doing so much, bro. They're kicking back. I'm just gonna let you know. There's projects going on in North Minneapolis, building modern luxury apartments to affordable, accommodating. They're just trying to push us back more into the north suburbs. They're trying to do stuff to make this look all clean and stuff now and make it be more white again. New York, y'all gonna get this done. This is a tragedy. I am empathetic with the people in Buffalo, but there will be change quicker than a lot of places.
Yeah, it's the gentrification. They had that in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And people in New York were really upset about that. You know what I mean? Where all these white people come in and move in and, buy out the coffee shops and then it slowly, it starts to look more like there's a bunch of white people that live here and, they're trying to colonize it.
Oh yeah.
So it's yeah, man. I mean, it was a good talk. I'm glad we, by the way, side note, you're looking good, man. I can tell the gym is paying off. So, you get
Appreciate that, bro. I'm trying to get a little right, man. You feel me? I'm
yeah,
trying to get a little right,
yeah. I mean, fellas,
something like that.
you compliment your guy friends. You don't got to act hard all the time.
Oh
Sometimes,
yeah, oh yeah,
tell your
man.
man,
We
you
we
look
we
good.
family, bro. You
Working
gotta,
out
you gotta, you
good.
gotta, yeah. I know you look like a fat slob over there, you piece of
Give
shit.
out, show love, you get some love. So that's what we talk about, bro. And hopefully, bro, you know what I mean. People will understand what we stand on, and what this company is about because we're about making a change and helping people and uplifting people, and we're all for equality and love around here. So we're gonna
I
keep.
apologize for that last comment. I didn't mean that. You're not a fat slob or a piece of s.
I didn't even hear it, man. You didn't even have to
No,
say
I
that.
know the
I was
people heard
talking,
it.
bro. I was talking.
Smack gonna laugh at that one, but I
Yeah.
did say that. Speaking of which, hey, turn up this weekend. Hey, there might be another bro talk this weekend. I will be with our one of our third co-hosts. He's been a special guest a couple times. The one and only Schmutta Gang.
Smack.
But no, I did see Buffalo's football team came out today. It would be very nice to see the owner of Buffalo like donate some millions of dollars, which they have, but I doubt that will happen. The NFL might donate, but Buffalo probably will donate, but I don't know how much. I mean, and that's the thing too. You got to think about funeral costs for these people. The store it happened to, like, there's so much, but they'll get the love, bro. Because, like I said, bro, my last point to this, and I'm gonna end on a great note. Being black, man, ain't nothing like it. James Brown once had a song, "I'm Black and I'm Proud." I love being black, man. I never wish nothing. I never change anything about my skin color and who I am as a man and being a black man, bro. Not at all. And my thing with my race and my culture and my community, being a black man, we stand firm together. We stand firm together to persevere because, like I said, the root cause. Our ancestors had to endure the pain and suffering of slavery for us to get here. So we do have that in us. Now, it doesn't always show, but we do have it in us. And I feel like, man, I mean, we can go back and back and back. We can go Rodney King. We can go before that. We can go to slavery. We can go to civil rights. But I'll say from Trayvon Martin to all the senseless stuff from Trayvon Martin to George Floyd to Mike Brown, Eric Gardner in New York, everything from Trayvon to now. I've seen perseverance and endurance from the Black community to build on to something next. And the Black Lives Matter movement itself is now over. It's ridiculous in numbers and everything that's going on. So, like I said, my condolences to all the families in Buffalo. This tragic event that went on, man, and I just pray that all those folks' families are you know, loved on and shown great empathy and just compassion for them right now, man. And it's a financial battle too. Like I said, bro, it's just a sick thing, man. It's just a sick thing.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, I agree with everything you said, and my condolences to those families as well and the victims. And I hope that as a society, as a country, I hope that we can do better, and we do better from now on.
For sure, man. So yeah, man. Hey, every Wednesday we getting back to the grind, man. We got y'all. Hey, get ready this summer. We got some things this next fall coming up. Like I told Parlay the other day, I texted him. I said, man, this is gonna be the biggest bro bets. Stay tuned, man. I got some stuff. We're gonna be different locations, of course. I ain't letting that the rabbit out the hat yet, but we got some things coming this summer, this fall. Stay tuned. Peep our YouTube channel. Peep our website. It's all on our Instagram. Instagram. My Instagram is Life of D Green. Parlay Hunter. We have the Bro Bets. We have the BroBro.com. Hey man, if you want to check out what Hunter's doing on the side and his brand and building his individual brand and what I'm doing, it's all up there, man. Free Game Friday coming back soon. I know he got Stock Mondays or Stock. I don't know what day, but he got it going on, man. Hey, it's much love from your boy D Green. Any last words, Lamont?
Yeah, man, you said it all. Parlay Hunter, Life of D Green, coming at you, bro talk.
You know what? Keep going.